It can be. Heat rate. Why is this so hard to do that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, wait, what was this? It's getting late. All right, go to bed. Yeah, you are. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, I gotta get this. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, I gotta go get this. I gotta get this. All right. Happy Friday, Friday. How y'all doing? How's everybody? All right, I can do this right in here. I forgot. Um, okay, about that. This is Wylde Flower. Oh, she ain't even there yet. It's still early. All right. Go back this way and see what I can do. All right. don't want that. Mind you, I haven't played this game since last year, so I really forgot where a lot of things are. Oh my god. I haven't played this. Wow. Alright, give me these. I'm probably gonna use them later. Let me go all the way up in here. Where's the stuff at? Let me see. Does anybody here play this game, Wylde Flower, on Switch? I was playing Farm Together this well, not this morning, but like early this afternoon. Come on, give me this right here. I want to right here. I'm gonna need something over here. Something here. What's here? Oh, I need that. Okay. I need that. Nope. Oh, dang. Is that? I needed this. Okay. Is there anything else here? Nothing. Yeah, let's check this out right here. Nope. Dang on it. Nothing in there. Nope. Yeah. I forgot what floor. I need this. I'm done with this. Not that. Dang on it. Damn it. What's this thing at? Oh, yeah. Bless you. Bless you. So how did you guys Friday go? How has your Friday been? Mine's been just right. Just relaxing. No, that one's big. Yes,
which operates at 1,380 degrees Fahrenheit. The fusion temperature of aluminum is 1,220 degrees Fahrenheit.
Are you serious?
A portion of aluminum is poured into this small mold to make a sample, solidifying in just seconds. The sample allows for testing to verify the contents of the prepared alloy. Molten aluminum runs in a movable trough located above the tapping well. At this stage, impurities are filtered out in special receptacles. The molds are cooled with water to accelerate the solidification of the molten aluminum. Ingots are unmolded and are ready for milling. Each ingot is massive, measuring 14 feet in length, 5 feet in width, and 18 inches thick. It weighs a whopping 8 tons, so it has to be handled by overhead cranes and placed on special plates. This crust removing machine removes 1/10 of an inch of the ingot's thickness. Impurities are eliminated to achieve a perfectly smooth finish. All traces of the liquid used to cool the decrusting knives have to be eliminated. The many steps in the thinning of the ingot begin. First, the aluminum block is crushed by the hot mill rollers. Temperatures in the rollers are between 850 and 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Pressure on the ingot is continually verified by a technician. If the pressure is too great, the technician will lower it. The heat is so high that the ingot risks sticking to the mill's roller. To prevent this, everything is cooled with a liquid that's 95% water and 5% oil. Starting from a thickness of 18 inches, the ingot becomes increasingly thinner with each pass-through. Depending on requirements, the ingot will go through the machine between 12 and 16 times. The ingot now measures about 3 inches in thickness. It has to get down to just 2/10 of an inch.
This one.
At this stage, the ingot is about 2 inches thick.
I think
It measures almost 30 feet in length. This conveyor transports the plate during its milling stages. The ingot has become a sheet 2/10 of an inch thick. It is sufficiently thin to proceed to spooling, where it spools onto itself before being sent to the cold rolling mill. There, its thickness will be reduced still further. The aluminum sheet has become very thin now and risks being broken by the tension needed for cold rolling. So the sheet is doubled to avoid this breakage. One final reduction in the mill, and the sheet will have the thickness required by the customer. A liquid coolant is used to prevent the foil from sticking to the rollers. Since the edges of the foil sheet are lightly damaged and crinkled, a knife removes a strip 4/10 of an inch wide. Finally, the roll is cut to the desired width. And one huge ingot has produced nearly 8 miles of foil.
Second. That's not what I
If you've
needed.
ever tried snowboarding, you've probably discovered that those cool moves aren't quite as easy as the pros make it look.
All right.
Learning to maneuver a snowboard is a long and involved process, and it's much the same when it comes to manufacturing these snowboards for snow. The snowboard is the delight of winter sports enthusiasts. Its core is made of a thin sheet of wood. Various kinds of woods are used depending on the type of board being made. Bindings have to be firmly attached to the board. Holes are drilled for inserts, to which bindings will be secured. A template allows the holes to be precisely drilled. Plating reduces the board to the required thickness. A thick board is obviously more rigid than a thin one. A shaping procedure refines the board's contours. At this point, the board is still perfectly perfectly flat with no curvature. The boards are then stored upright to await the next step. Now they must secure the aluminum inserts, which will be embedded in the wood. This thin sheet of fiberglass will create better support for the inserts. Therefore, they will be more solid. To make working on it easier, the board is securely held in place by clamps. Epoxy, an extremely strong adhesive, often used with composite materials, is applied to the fiberglass at room temperature. It is essential to remove any excess epoxy, as well as eliminate all air bubbles so there will be a good adherence. As for the top part of the board, it's made of a resistant plastic applied by silkscreen. In silkscreen, ink is spread by the slow squeegee. This application is called a pass. Colors have to be applied one at a time. The inks must dry for several hours between each coat. Now the board must be curved. A cover is placed on the mold. When the mold is closed, the board is given the desired curve. Heat trapped in the mold makes the epoxy set and harden. The board comes out of the mold, and any excess epoxy and wood are removed by a bandsaw. To achieve a perfect cut, the saw blade is changed every 50 boards. It's highly precise work and totally manual. They apply again by silkscreen another coat, then another color. This color red. The snow board must now be protected. A protecting wire flows as a thin curtain. The board passes beneath this curtain and then runs into a dryer for a 6-hour stay. Sanding removes surplus varnish from the edges of the board. New holes are pierced into the board to locate the inserts installed at the beginning of production. This sander removes imperfections in the hardened varnish and prepares the board for its second varnish coating. Then the plastic base is sanded to obtain the desired finish. The board is checked to see that it's perfectly flat. The razor blade verifies that the different coats are well adhered to one another. Certain boards get an engraved aluminum insert, a luxury touch. The board is now ready for action. This facility turns out over 500 snowboards per day in 30 different models.
Transferring to success was not an easy decision, but I feel like it's made it more of a challenge. A lot of people think that Success Academy is too strict, but the structure that they provide is to helping my sons to be self-sufficient. I feel like once they reach success, they will have all the tools in order to be successful in college and then beyond. My name is Kayla, and I'm a proud Success Academy parent. There's still time to apply. Apply today and apply to fsa.org.
People who have defective vision can always wear glasses, but in many cases, there's a less noticeable alternative. Contact lenses correct faulty vision without anyone knowing the wearer even has them on. What goes into making these tiny optical aids is really eye-catching. Contact lenses have been in existence for over a century. At first, completely rigid, they have become gas permeable and as flexible as gelatin. These small polyhedral discs are used to make soft polymer contact lenses in a variety of colors. We see here a patient's prescription, essential to the fabrication of lenses. The process begins with the data processing control of the shaping. Data is supplied by a computer, which controls the digital lathe. They begin by shaping the inner curvature of a lens. This digital lathe, rotating at 6,000 revolutions per minute, is equipped with an industrial diamond. It shapes the inner surface, the part that touches the cornea. It must be free from any abrasions and imperfections, and is polished with a superfine abrasive paste. Polishing is a crucial step because it ensures excellent comfort and perfect vision. A technician measures lens thickness with an extremely precise gauge. They now shape the outer surface, the part that touches the eyelid. The lens is glued with a special warm wax. When the lens is completed, an ultrasound device will remove the wax. The wax takes on the desired shape in just seconds.
Thank you.
The comfort of a lens is also determined by its thickness. It must be as thin as possible while retaining sufficient solidity. They begin by shaping the outer diameter of the lens, which takes only a few seconds. They now polish the outer surface of the lens. This polishing done at high speed calls for an abrasive paste, some oil, and a small polyester cotton ball. This apparatus polishes several lenses at the same time, a step that takes only 60 seconds. With everything computerized, quality is incomparable. A technician then polishes the rims of the lens. The polymer is hydrated to make it flexible. Lenses remain immersed in a balanced pH saline solution for 24 hours. The lens becomes engorged with liquid and expands, reaching the desired proportions. This optical topography is used to verify through color distribution whether the spread of optical power in the lens is precise enough to assure perfect vision. And now we proceed with another important testing procedure. The soft, fragile lenses are always handled with the greatest of care. This unit, called a photometer, is a metering device which verifies the optical precision of the lens. The lenses are now completed and are cleaned. They're stored in containers filled with a salt solution. This little vial that we might find at optometrists is sealed with a silicon cap and another of aluminum. These vials are placed in a sterilizer at temperatures of 250 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour and a half. The contents will remain sterile for up to 7 years if not opened. The production of a lens involves 14 steps. If we exclude the rather lengthy hydration process, actual lens production requires only 15 minutes. They can produce almost 1,000 contact lenses per day, all made from these tiny colored discs. It's a staple for people all over the world. Smothered in butter and jelly, or dipped in gravy, it's a delicious treat that's hard to resist. And we're willing to bet you can't resist the opportunity to find out what goes into the making of your daily bread. Over 3,000 years ago, in the time of King Tut, Egyptians were already baking 40 varieties of leavened bread. The Greeks' contribution to this history was the oven, and 70 varieties of flavored breads. Bread so good that the Romans took the Greek bakers to Rome, and their ovens to Gaul. By the Middle Ages, bread became a primary food in Western Europe.
Sophia adores them, but they'll have to wait until I harvest something first.
Multigrain bread is made from several ingredients such as flaxseed, buckwheat, soy, and milk. This protective grill prevents foreign matter from accidentally falling into the recipe mix, a recipe that calls for half a ton of flour. The ingredients, ground in a mill, are kept in these 36 enormous containers. We begin by mixing the ingredients together. These kneading troughs are used to ferment the yeast, a step which takes 3 hours. The fermenting yeast makes the dough rise considerably. This huge mixer kneads the dough for about 8 minutes. When thoroughly homogeneous, the contents are emptied into a large tub, where the dough weighs a little over a ton. The dough is loaded onto a slide situated above the dough butter. At the bottom of the machine, a small hole allows the dough to escape. Two mechanically operated arms cut the dough pieces into equal lengths. It forms 192 of these a minute. The dough then falls into a conveyor. Here, dough pieces are rolled into balls, which can be more easily worked. The dough balls are floured to prevent them from sticking during their transport and when they're molded. Here, the balls are filled into the fire. Filling transport the dough to rest, allowing the yeast to act. The dough is then folded and rolled. The machine can handle 3 per second for a total of 11,500 an hour. The dough is rolled out to the exact size and falls into baking molds. Here we see the making of hot dog rolls. These little dough balls have to be shaped lengthwise and fermented before molding. Here the hot dog rolls are being machine molded. Dough pieces must not touch one another, so they're spaced apart by a small mechanical arm. Now we go back to multi-grain bread production. Sliding down at the bottom of the molds, the dough pieces go into the prover, where they rise for an hour at 110 degrees Fahrenheit and at 70% humidity. Then they bake for 20 minutes at 490 degrees. When finally baked, the loaves end up with a nice golden color. A vacuum system draws the loaves from the molds. They're then placed on a conveyor to cool. A guidance system takes care of carrying the breads to various sections of the bakery. When well cooled, breads go to the slicer, which cuts 65 loaves a minute. They are sliced by 7-foot wide and 16-inch long steel saw blades. These blades are changed every 2 weeks. Slices are automatically packed at 65 per minute. They're now ready for shipment. Some 5.5 hours have passed between preparation of the dry flour and packaging of the baked bread.
Welcome to SN Healthcare, a unique place in the Bronx, where everyone gets easy access to excellent medical care. When they need it, they can just walk in. No matter where you are in the Bronx, we're just steps away. With the right team of professionals to make you feel better. For 25 years, it's been our mission to heal the Bronx. Because to SN Healthcare, health is essential.
You started popping up like Kobe. I've seen you pop up before that.
Choose your first baby formula.
That's a
Baby
brain, huh?
Power Brain Formula. Feed your baby's brain in the year it grows most. Choose Enfamil Milk. At Planet Fitness, we don't judge how you get sweated. Just get sweated. That's right. We all strong as sweated. And it is. That's the cost of living. Over 24 hours. Just $15 a month. Nothing works.
Today, on How It's Made, compact discs, mozzarella cheese, pantyhose,
Mom, I was there. Come on, I say.
Today, there's virtually no limit to the information we can store on compact discs. Millions of bits of data representing words, numbers, music, graphics, or even video can be stored on the discs. Let's take a spin through a CD factory. Compact discs are copies made from an original glass master disc. A thin plate of glass is first placed in this unit, which brushes the surface clean. Cleaning is done with deionized water and a small gray hair brush. The excess water is eliminated by the rapid rotation of the disc. The disc then goes into the surface analyzer, where a laser beam inspects the cleanliness of the surface. At this stage, two chemicals are applied, a primer and a photoresistant coating. This operation is done at a temperature of 70 degrees Fahrenheit and lasts 3 minutes. The disc is carefully retrieved from the apparatus. Then the photoresistant coating dries in an oven for 30 minutes. This developer has two spouts. One applies at the ionized water, and the other sprays a solution to develop the data attached on the glass. The information is then engraved on the disc. Then, the disc is placed in this metal coating equipment. The next step consists of applying a thin coating of nickel on the medium. This electrothermal process results in a master from which discs will be made. The etched glass is immersed in a chemical solution for 7 minutes. Then the plated piece is removed, thus obtaining the die. The die is sent off for finishing. It is scanned down into the desired shape. The excess material is recycled. Next, the compact discs will be fabricated from this ministry unit. Here, clearly see the stamping technique. most is taken out. Technician moves off the film, which detected the data etched onto the die. After visual inspection, the die is sent to the pressing department. The die is delicately installed in foam, which will form compact discs. Pieces are made with a special plastic called polycarbonate. The mold is polished and liquid polycarbonate is injected into the die. It comes out as a small, hard, translucent disc that is now ready to be metal coated, so it can be read by a compact disc reader. A robotic arm lifts the disc from the mold and places it on these supports. This metallizing process is extremely short and very simple, taking but a second. It consists of covering the plastic disc with a very thin coating of aluminum. Here we see the inside of the mold where the aluminum coating is applied. In this facility, almost everything is automated, helping them produce over 100,000 compact discs per day.
But you are?
Yes. Good night, guys, or not good night, but good evening. I'm getting ready to get off. This was okay. I haven't played it in so long. So I'm just saying good night to you guys. It is 8:11 p.m. over here, and I'm gonna shut down my live and my game. So I hope you guys have a great night. And for those of you that are just about to get up or are up, good morning. I hope you have a great day. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you play any of the games on Switch, I mean, hit me up if you want. That's my friend code underneath there where it says friend code. That's my friend code in case you want to add me. Well, I'm going to shut down my live. I appreciate each and every one of you that came in and for chilling with me. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. But yes, good night. Good night, good night, good night.